Okay, so I'm in America. I'm in Chicago specifically. I I have the trip was weird. I've been here for a couple of days now, and I've started to adjust to the changes. The trip was a real rough one because I had the brilliant idea of doing backwards jet lag. I was going to make sure to be like sleeping in the daytime and awake at night and you know eating at weird times so that I could like sleep on the plane and everything would be fine. Well, I didn't count on having a an adrenaline rush, and adrenaline kind of has this effect of sort of redirecting blood flow from your stomach, so it doesn't really work. You can't really, while an adrenaline rush, you can't eat because your body is concentrated on panic. So so I found myself in an adrenaline rush the night before leaving, so I couldn't sleep and I couldn't eat. Like, I wasn't planning on sleeping, but I was like, well, I should eat, and I wasn't hungry. I was like, well, if I can't eat, I'm gonna try to sleep. I couldn't sleep. So I'm like, okay, this is an adrenaline rush, and I don't know what to do with it. And then I had to leave, not having eaten much and not having slept at all. I had to leave. I had to get on the train carrying really heavy bags. I got on the train, got on another train after that train, and then I got on a plane. And, well, after carrying the bags around in the airport and going through all that stuff. So I got on the plane, and I'm on the plane for 8 hours, and I'm like, well, I'm going to take half a sleeping pill. So I take half a sleeping pill. It doesn't really work. Doesn't do much at all, really. So I'm just waiting to fall asleep, and I can't. And the chairs on the plane, they lean back about this much. So if I'm sitting in the plane and I'm trying to lean back, and I lean back this much, if I even doze off, which I did a couple of times, my head has nowhere to lean because I'm not leaning back enough to be able to relax backwards. So my head just, under its own weight, tips forward, and then I jolt back awake. And I discover, okay, I'm not going to be able to sleep on the plane. So that's 8 more hours of no sleep, even if I manage to calm down off the adrenaline rush. So, and I can't eat on the plane because A, the food is disgusting, obviously, and B, I just can't eat. Like, I am unable physically to swallow or digest food. I try to drink a little bit of water, but I don't manage to drink a whole lot of water, and I don't think to force myself to drink more water on the plane. And here's Chris.
Oh, hi Vincent's vlog.
This is Chris. This is Cordless, the other half of Ill Eden, whose place I'm staying at. Yeah, I was on the plane, so I'm on the plane for 8 hours, no sleep, other than dozing off for like half a second at a time. He's wandering away. So when I got off the plane, I'm carrying my bags, and I gotta get my other bags. I gotta stand in line with my bags, and then I get my even bigger bag, and then I'm like, okay, so what do I do? How do I get out of here? And like, I don't see anywhere where I can like get water, really. So I'm like dehydrated and malnourished and sleep deprived, and I walk out of there, and I'm like, okay, now I gotta get to the train. And I look around and I see no train, but what I do see right in front of me is a cab, and a cab driver who's like, hey, do you need a cab? Well, he says that in some Eastern European accent, which I can say that because I have a really thick Swedish accent. So I'm like, well, let me look up like where I need to go. And I look up where I need to go, and he's like, oh, that's downtown. And I'm like, okay, so how much is that going to cost? And he's like, oh, it's this much per mile or whatever. And we get in the car, and he's driving really fast and dodging cars, and yeah, he's not slow. And I'm like, meanwhile, not super great in the stomach area because when most of the plane ride was fine, smooth sailing, but then when it was about to land, it was started jerking around. So by the time I got off the plane, I was somewhat nauseous. So here I am, somewhat nauseous, in a cab that's driving kind of recklessly-ish, and trying to get to where I'm going, and meanwhile he's trying to make conversation, and he's got kind of an angry voice, but I don't think he's actually angry, because the things that he's saying aren't angry, it just sounds angry coming out of his mouth, and it's not because of the accent, it's just he had that kind of a tone of voice that sounded kind of angry. And then he was like, well, like right across from the place there's a Walgreens, and I could just let you off there and you can get something there. So like that was really nice to say that. And so I get off the taxi, and I pay the guy, like he's like, okay, so and I'm like, how much is it gonna cost? And he's like, oh, here's the price, and just with a tip and blah blah. So I gave him the money that he said, and then he was like, oh, but there's a tip, and I was like, oh, I thought that was with the tip, and he's like, no, there's an additional tip, and I'm like, how much is that? And he's like, oh, it's 20% normally, and I'm like, okay, how much is that? Because like I'm sleep deprived, I'm dehydrated, I am nauseous, I am malnourished, and I've been carrying these heavy bags, and I am not even normally good at math. So so he says how much it is, and I give him the money, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna trust that that's the right amount, because I just need to get going. And I got out of there, and I went into the Walgreens, and I'm like, I tell them what my situation is, and they're like, well, we can't give you anything for free. And I'm like, oh, I'm not asking for anything for free. I'm trying to get advice, like what do I need? What do I need to buy in order to get myself back to normal, or normal-ish, normal enough to get somewhere. And someone in line, a customer, is like, let me get something for you. And they got me a bottle of water, so that was really nice. I got a bottle of water for free, and then that got me enough energy to walk to the back of the Walgreens and talk to the pharmacist and ask for advice there. And I got some advice. They told me, you know, you could try this or that. There's a shake you could try. We don't have that here, but you could go somewhere else to get that, to the other Walgreens. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to walk to another Walgreens just on this water. Is there anything else? And they're like, well, we could get you a Powerade. They're on sale, and there's like vitamins and stuff, and it's supposed to like restore you somewhat, might get you somewhere. So so I get a Powerade, and I'm like, thank you for the advice, and like everybody's being really. Oh, and they also put out a call to Chris, who was at the time at work, and he didn't have his phone on, so it went to voicemail. You might want to talk about the voicemail.
The voicemail that was left for me, but
Yeah, because I didn't actually hear them leave it.
I could play it. Oh, I erased it.
Oh, okay.
I erased it. No, it was just a lady saying that you have a friend named Vincent here who is looking for you, and to come over to get you. Pretty much.
Right. And I didn't know the details of the message, so I'm like, I'm sitting there for a while, and I'm thinking like, well, he might not have his phone. I don't know if that's his cell phone or a home phone or what, so I don't know if he's going to be able to get that message on time. So I'm just going to get up and try to move toward the building across the street where he works. And I do, and I try to find Wi-Fi. And on my little device, I can't get any Wi-Fi at all. So I ask at WowBow, like, hey, this is my situation, can I use your Wi-Fi? And they're like, yes, you can sit over there. And I sit over there, and I take out my laptop, and I turn it on, and it finds the network, and I try to get on Facebook, and it takes forever to get to the page, takes forever to log in, takes forever to get to the messaging part of it, and then finally I manage to send a message, and Chris shows up.
Yes.
And then we go up the escalator, right?
Yeah, I took you up to try to find you food.
Yeah, and there was a chicken sandwich.
At Potbelly's.
Yeah, and I tried to eat that, and obviously I'm still running on adrenaline, and now adrenaline, a little bit of water, and a bit of Powerade, and I'm trying to eat while my stomach doesn't really work, while my throat doesn't really work, nothing really works, and I'm trying to eat this chicken sandwich that's totally dry. Like, they don't butter toast here, apparently, or bread. That's not a big thing, or what?
If you get just toast, you'll get it buttered probably, but
Okay.
not just any piece of bread that you get as a sandwich.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it was like a non-buttered chicken sandwich with cheddar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm trying to eat this thing, which is like it's chewy and it's kind of dry, and I'm washing it down with Powerade. I'm like forcing it down, and Chris is like, "Now I got to go back to work."
And I took your bags and just ran away with them pretty much, and you were stranded there for 10 minutes. No, I could have never come back. pretty
Yeah,
much.
that
I
didn't
could
happen.
just-
That is not actually what happened.
No.
What happened
Totally
was I was like, well, I can't really just sit here for like alone because I might faint. I might go into a coma. I might starve to death. Like I don't know what's gonna happen just by sitting here. And I didn't know how long I could run on just a few sips of Powerade, a few sips of water, a few bites of a dry chicken sandwich, and adrenaline. Lots and lots of adrenaline that I'd been running on for, like, at this point I'd been already awake for well over 24 hours, I'm pretty sure. And I was a mess. And so what
I
happened
took
then?
you up into my work.
Yeah,
like an
we-
interloper.
we got a
They
visitor
got you.
pass.
We got an official
Yeah.
pass, so you.
Yeah.
But didn't clear it with my floor. Just kind of took you up there. Found you a place to sit with some beverages and shade,
Yeah.
and you hung out for about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it was the trek home. Which
Yeah.
was a thing in itself.
Yeah,
because
then we
you're
left.
Chicago rush hour traffic on a Friday.
Yeah, we had to get on the bus, and the bus
Yeah.
was like going and stopping and going and stopping, and I was a little bit nauseous, but I managed to deal with it. And then eventually we got to somewhere where we could get off, and we had the choice of either taking another bus or walking.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like in this traffic it would probably be best to walk.
Yeah.
So we walked, and then a bus passed us. And then finally we got here, and I managed to lie down on an air mattress and drink water also, and just sort of finally relax a bit. And then I'm like, well, I did have to take a shower, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was really sweaty, obviously, because this place is a warm place. This is a warm country compared to Sweden.
And also, you only had one set of sheets that were offered to you, so if you skanked up the sheets the first night...
Yeah, then I would have to deal with that for the rest of the week. So I had to take a shower. That went okay. Because I think, yeah, the sandwich and the Powerade had helped enough that I could shower. And then I pretty much went straight to bed. And I didn't fall asleep right away, but I eventually did. And then I woke up early, and eventually I've been eating more.
Yeah, we took you grocery
Gradually.
shopping.
Yeah, we went grocery shopping the next day, and that was yesterday, right?
That was...
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
No?
It's 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Yesterday, Allie and myself went grocery shopping.
Yeah.
But we took you on
Yeah, because
Saturday
I've
night.
had breakfast twice now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've had lunch once in
Mhm.
these 3 days.
Well, I don't know what you consider lunch. You had pizza for breakfast.
Oh, yeah, I had a couple of bits of pizza that first or second day.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little bit of pizza that I managed to eat, and that pretty much went straight through me. But then I ate some turkey bacon. I've never eaten turkey bacon before. I didn't know that existed.
You didn't ever had turkey before?
No, I've never
Yeah.
had turkey before.
Really
We don't.
live in
Turkey's
Sweden?
not big in Sweden. I don't even think I've seen turkey at a store in Sweden. But they had turkey bacon, and it tasted kind of like bacon, a bit chewier, but not in a bad way. It was just slightly different. Yeah, it's weird. They can make turkey into bacon. I'm surprised at the things that this country can do. It's the American dream, right? You start out a turkey and you want to grow up to be bacon. Is that
Yeah,
is that a
no,
correct assessment of what the American dream is?
It doesn't have anything to do with bacon or turkey. I think
It doesn't. It isn't like you start out as a turkey and you're like, I want to be bacon when I grow up, and then you become bacon, and that's the American dream.
Well, I think the turkeys don't really have any aspirations. They don't, other than just getting
Not becoming bacon, maybe.
maybe.
Right. Because that used to be a thing that was like exclusive to pigs, but now, that's more all-inclusive. Now any animal can become bacon.
Except for bison. There's like a law.
Against turning bison into bacon.
Yeah, you can't have bison bacon.
Right. But bison can be turned into anything else, pretty much.
Yeah, bacon can be turned into bison. But it can't be like the other way around.
Oh, so bacon can be turned into bison. What can bison be turned into?
Bison can be turned into chicken, or milk, or the vanilla wafers.
Oh, okay.
I forgot what they're called.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. The ones that layered, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the vanilla in between.
Ladyfingers? No, that's a different thing.
I don't know.
No, that's a different wafer.
Yeah. Yeah, so they make that out of bison? Yeah. Yeah.
And they
I don't think they make that out of bison in Sweden. I think it's made out of some type of wheat or something.
All shtick aside, they actually do make sweetener for vanilla and raspberry flavoring in the States. A lot of ice cream and stuff like that. They use extract from a beaver's rectum or something like that.
Well,
like
that
juice
sounds
from their gland that makes certain sweetened flavors taste better.
So they can't just use, the normal things like sugar and vanilla?
No, it's cheaper than using vanilla extract. Yeah.
I think in Sweden generally, I mean, it's not that they don't use weird things in foods. I mean, there's gelatin in most candies, or most gelatinous candies anyway.
Yeah.
And they use the E240 or whatever it's called, 120. The stuff that's red that's made out of crushed bugs.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's E120.
Is that what that is?
I think, yeah, the red food coloring.
Yeah.
They use that as well, but I've never heard of the beaver vanilla before.
Yeah.
That's new.
Beaver ass vanilla flavoring and raspberry, so look out. Stick with chocolate.
Well, I'm kind of scared of American chocolate based on what I've heard and based on my own experience with chocolate being suddenly different in other contexts. So yeah, I'm here and I'm starting to feel kind of normal-ish. Yeah. I'm not fearing lunch today. I think I'll be able to eat.
I'm fearing lunch.
You are?
Yeah, because I overeat and then I overshit.
Right. Yeah.
It's a little too much information. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't overeat, but I did notice that the turkey bacon was more like bacon than the pasta was like the pasta I'm used to. So that's kind of a strange thing, where it's like the pasta is all buttery here. It's got a different kind of consistency. It feels fattier, sort of, in some way. And, yeah. I mean, not necessarily in a horrible way, but just, it's more different than the flavor of the bacon was. So, that was kind of strange.
It's probably less nutritional value in the one here.
They probably add stuff to it. Yeah.
Just empty chemicals and vitamins that just make you have fancy pee.
Fancy pee.
Vitamin-enriched pee. Yeah.
Vitamin P?
Vitamin P.
I mean, vitamin P, that's the vitamin they add.
Oh.
Because they
Is,
usually have...
is P a vitamin? No.
Well, there's A, B, C, right?
There's A, B, C, D.
D.
There's E.
E.
I don't know if there's a vitamin F.
Is there a vitamin K, though?
There's a vitamin K, but I don't think there's a G, H, or an I. There's no M or N or O or P or Q or R or S or anything else.
It's a bit weird that they just skips right to K.
Yeah, I mean, maybe other vitamin or other minerals and vitamins that could go under other names that they don't label them as, like thiamine and all those weird ones. Or,
Right.
Or there's a bunch of, there's like B12, B6, B3.
Right.
There's a bunch of B vitamins.
Yeah. There's variations on the...
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't really know what constitutes a vitamin. Like, is that a specific thing chemically, what a vitamin is, or is it just referring to what it does for the human body, or like what constitutes a vitamin, really?
Is it the sort of chemical energy that's extracted from when you digest certain foods that is used in your body in a positive way as opposed to, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess a vitamin's a pretty abstract thing.
Yeah, I mean,
When you think of
you keep hearing
mineral
about
vitamin,
vitamins, but you don't really think about, like, what unites these things.
I don't know.
I mean, they're supposed to be good for you.
Yeah.
So there has to be something, like, that connects them in terms of, like, it's like, maybe that's the only thing. It's like, things that are good for you are vitamins.
I mean, each vitamin has different uses and stuff, too, or it's proven that it...
Yeah, that it does
like
something.
beta-carotene in vitamin A does something for your immune system and
Yeah.
all that. But, I mean, I don't know the scientific process of how a vitamin is broken
Me
down or
neither.
what it becomes.
Yeah. This vlog is getting very off topic, and I kind of like that. People can just stop watching it at any point.
Because it looks like you're talking to nobody.
Yeah, you're not even in frame. This is like, this is really bad framing. I took film in high school. This is what my vlog looks like. I'm like poorly framed. Like there's a big space here, and yet the person I'm talking to is out of frame. So
It's because I took drugs in high school. I didn't.
yeah,
Not till college.
yeah.
How about this? Like,
Yeah, you're wearing that Keep It Real shirt.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, just talk to that guy.
That's who you're talking
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. Okay, now he just looks like he's got some kind of like he's lost his teeth and he's managing to close his mouth further. You know, like the old people who can put their lower lip over their nose.
Yeah,
Because they don't have any teeth,
Mm-hmm.
so they're not in the way. Yeah. That was extremely off topic. Extremely. And I'm breaking the fourth wall, which is okay in a vlog, because vlogs don't have fourth walls.
Vlogs are supposed to be like you're talking directly to the audience.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a monologue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, but this is a dialogue, so we're totally breaking the format anyway.
Yeah, we're kind of breaking back and forth.
Yeah.
Back and forth, in and forth.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you get back on topic.
Well, I don't really have anything else to add, I think, because like I'm doing better. We've been collecting ideas and shots for a cordless music video that's hopefully coming up if we manage to finish it. We also have been thinking of ideas for Illeaden video stuff. We've been practicing some songs as well because we're gonna try to get on a open mic
Open
thing.
mic sort of thing.
Probably not gonna be able to film that.
Maybe at least not on that camera.
Yeah, probably not.
But maybe on an iPhone or a flip cam.
Yeah. Might be
Maybe
able
a
to
flip cam might be a little better quality.
than the iPhone.
Possibly. It's an iPhone 4. So
Oh.
the video's okay. Sometimes it's a little grainy.
Right.
But
Probably a
as it's flip
lighting
cam,
thing.
So it could be, yeah.
Grain usually means not well lit. Because that means that the machine is trying to bring up the light and it's bringing in all the noise.
I can't imagine a bar is gonna be really well lit, so
Yeah,
it might
probably
just
not.
be as good as we can get it. But
Yeah.
if it's salvageable or at least one of the songs looks good enough, we can.
We can put it on the Illeaden channel.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the only one that doesn't end up being good is the roaring and doing the chew, because we already have a video for that. It'd be cool to have. Well, we already have a video for Active Sound Surgery too.
Yeah.
So let's make Dedication to a Fake MC our best one, so we could
Yeah.
both a video or we could intersperse clips of us on stage doing the song
Yeah, that could end up in the
in the music video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could work. In case we need to fill it out
Mm-hmm.
with more material.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look forward to something more being uploaded before. Well, I don't know if I'm going to actually upload that much before the end of the week, because if I need to edit stuff, then that has to happen at home, because I didn't bring my better computer because it's broken.
See.
Right.
Yeah. I was just saying yes in Spanish.
Right. Yeah. See, that's confusing to me, because now it's 3 languages I got to keep track of. Yeah. Starting off when I like accidentally start mumbling in Swedish.
My apologies.
It's okay. You're Spanish, right?
Yeah, Chris Cortez.
Yeah.
Cortez. It'd be hard to change that into
Cortez.
Cortez.
There might be some Spanish word that could be made a play on that.
The
name.
Cortez.
I don't know. I don't speak Spanish, so
Neither do I.
yeah. No sprechen see Spanish.
Speak no Spanish.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the boring vlog that establishes that I am in America and I'm safe and I'm fairly healthy. We went to a thrift shop type of place?
Yeah, it was pretty much a thrift shoppy sort of place. It was a little
bit ago, looking for props. Didn't find what we were looking for per se, but saw some mildly interesting objects. I guess didn't buy anything, but saw things.
No, so it was a free trip.
Yeah. But we did manage to grab some things out of the garage that's about to get demolished. This place is condemned.
Yes.
Or something.
So,
we grabbed a couple of things out of the garage that we could use for the videos. So that's something. Objects. And then, the rest we'll just use tin foil. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Weird Al did speak of how useful it can be.
Yeah,
recently.
just recently, so...
Yeah, so...
Why not
take his advice? Yeah.
I already look accidentally derivative of him, so I might as well be intentionally.
Yeah, because you made that song that he then also made afterward. Yeah.
Which is just the vague sort of concept. But
Yeah.
It wasn't work. Yeah.
The title was different, though.
Completely different.
Yeah.
He had a better title.
What was
Lame Claim to Fame is a pretty good...
Yeah, what was your title?
Who You Know.
Who You Know, right. Yeah. And I heard that and I was like, hey, I could have done a verse on this, and then I heard the Weird Al song and I was like, well, now I can't.
Yeah, now it's worthless.
Yeah.
Throw that in the garbage.
Yeah. That happens. Happens sometimes. Sometimes you have an idea and then somebody else also has it around the same time.
There's got to be something to be said about that, though. Maybe people harness something from a creative ether.
Or maybe it's
At
just
times, or-
it's just in the zeitgeist. Things
could
people
just
have been
be.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because celebrity culture and all that is a thing and it keeps coming up.
True.
Sooner or later there's going to be 2 songs out about it at the same time. Because there's
Yeah.
probably been more. Yeah.
And he theoretically probably thought of it before me.
Probably.
Because my thought into execution of the song was all of a week. And
Yeah,
it probably had already been recorded and was being mastered at the time.
Yeah.
I was conceiving mine, so
Yeah.
fuck Weird Al.
Yeah.
Not on record saying
Yeah, he was only speaking to Weird Al's wife, right?
I was speaking to anybody named Al who happens to be weird.
Well, I mean, who you were speaking to as a
Oh,
person
who should fuck
who
Weird
should
Al.
fuck Weird Al, yeah.
Yeah, or any Weird Al groupies, but I'm not one to judge.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know what Weird Al and his wife's arrangement
What
is.
they consider cheating.
Yeah, I don't know what their rules
Getting
are.
over the pants HJ.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be okay in there.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you never know where individual couples are gonna.
You can lick on a nipple and get over the pants HJ. That's
Yeah,
those are the rules.
yeah. Now I'm picturing things I probably shouldn't be picturing. Thanks, Cordless. Thanks. I think we're gonna end on that note.
And cut.
Yeah.